All right, hey guys. So I just wanted to go through a simple little walkthrough on how to set up the market structure and order flow indicators. So first things first, we're going to go to indicators. You're going to go to futures indicators, and you're going to type select market structure. We're going to put this on the screen. I'm going to do a simple little just walkthrough of what all this is. So right here, this is your gold chart. This is the Asia session. We'll enable sessions. We'll put on trend lines. We'll put a bunch of stuff on. And one of the things I like to do is I like to go to candles and maybe color by volume or a combination of the trend color, or sometimes I like to do a custom style, but generally like this, right? So this shows me the trend is up, but I can still see high volume, right? I like to take out some of these bars. So I like to go to here, transparent. This is the grid lines. I don't like the grid lines, so it just keeps it clean. These are the demand zones. Daily divider. This is your trend display showing you the general trend. Breaks the structure, right? So this is GC. We had a large move. We had breaker blocks come in. The change of character was here. We'll break a structure. So even if you were to take that, this is the risk reward indicator, which I use all the time. So that trade, just simply put, on one MGC contract, $1,100, and on a full size contract, well, that's a lot more, but one MGC contract, right? And that's break structure, right? Not a single reason to sell. This is the 20 period SSL. This is helpful on general trend. You can turn it off just by clicking here, right? There's the EMAs. I like to have the moving averages. And I like to have just the 200 period. General guide, VWAP 24. That's 24-hour VWAP. Yeah, so then we also have, let's go to the regular trading session. This is the New York Open, right? And generally shows you some of the levels. There's all kinds of levels on here that you can turn on and off. High day, prior day, yesterday open close. I'd like to have VWAP on there. Prior day high and low, right? So prior day high came up, rejected, chopped around, but a decent short, moving averages, respected this 20 period. Anyway, so that's that. That's just your basic walkthrough on setting it up on a 2-minute chart. Okay. Initial balance for Tuesday, initial balance for Monday, right? And a lot of times initial balance will turn into resistance, right? IB low, projection. Okay. So next indicator I want to put on here is the order flow indicator, which is, we have 3 different modes. Okay. We have volume delta imbalance. This is going to give you a volume profile and delta profile on your chart. I'm going to add that, and you should see it come on screen in a second. For anything that you're using that requires order flow, I would stick to since the operations are pretty heavy, I would stick to maybe 3 days of data, because you're dealing with millions and millions of data points from the NinjaTrader server or your data provider, right? And, you know, I think ES futures can get like 1 million ticks per day. So it's a lot of data that we're loading. This is the rolling delta profile. This is the volume profile. And visible range, right? This shows aggressive market orders. It shows basically who's in control at that exact moment. As you can see, the delta is exploding as it pops in the London high, right? These blue things are stacked imbalances, order flow concept. Yeah, so these are the trend lines. This is not from but this is really nice, right? Taking these trades off trend lines, right? So this is the rolling delta profile. You can turn it off like that. It's a fixed range profile, so it's a range of 10 minutes there, 30 minutes there, and it just shows you an aggregate of delta and aggressive market orders. I'm recording this in the Asia session. So yeah, and yeah, you can see here, took out all these stacked imbalances. Yeah, so that's about all I wanted to show on that. There's a lot of features in here, but I just want to get through the next thing. So then we also have a full DOM. So this is used in tandem. This shows there's a lot of information on the depth of market on our website. And let's see if I can just show you a little bit of information here. So it's got a help panel. It'll show you all the features, including how a book map works and how to read the DOM. So this is great in combination with order flow and delta. Basically, there's limit orders and there's market orders, right? And so the DOM is showing you, let's see if I can get a little bit of a reference here. Okay, levels, columns. Yeah, so here we go. So the depth of market is the full stack of the bid, the ask, and the current price. So it's going to show you resting limit orders. Okay. So, and there's all kinds of filters. So you can see, like, you know, if there's big walls of limit orders, you can see if there's any volume or size to them. So yeah, and there's a number of layouts. There's a number of themes, profile layouts, compact, you know, really cool stuff. We have light mode, dark mode themes. We're not executing orders from the DOM. That's not the point. We're really just trying to having it as an additional supplementary feature to use with order flow. Yeah, so then let's do a MGC chart. We'll do another one. We'll do 15 days. And then we'll add market structure so you can get an idea of the 15-minute layout. Okay. And yeah, so this shows you general initial balance at a daily level as a sell. Same basic thing, just at a macro level, right? And you've got measured moves. This one was actually really nice. This is a 50% retracement. That was a 1 to 6 was risk reward. Nice trade there. So we've got that. And then I will quickly move on to the next setup. And then we'll remove the market structure indicator. And we'll remove that. And then we will put the time price opportunity, which is going to be volume profile and market profile, on the 15-minute chart. And actually, I like to run these on a 30-minute. We'll do a 30-minute chart. There you go. So we'll do blocks. We'll do spectrum. And we'll do RTH. This is RTH. We'll turn off the delta profile. And then turn that back on. Yeah, so this is a full TPO. And I'll just clean up here. We'll turn off a couple things here. TPO labels. And we'll turn on the composite, which is the composite of every day. And right here is extensions. So you can extend single prints. And as you can see, BIME tails, right? Extend value areas. So this is a full TPO. So that's how to use that. And then the last thing is how to enable the footprint. Okay. So it's a very similar thing. You're going to open up some kind of one minute chart, and you go here, go to order flow, and let's go here. I think I'm only loading, for a footprint chart, I only load like max 200 bars, just because the data can get really intensive. Okay. And so this is a footprint. This is actually MNQ. And this shows you just stacked imbalances, market orders, the real-time orders that have been completed, right? So yeah, and we've got an entire menu of all kinds of things that can be added, various signals, filters, bar markers, right? So can kind of see here, right? So, and if you have any questions on levels, on what these mean, you can see the signal, right? What a stacked imbalance is, reversal imbalance is, right? So anyway, that's all I wanted to show. Just a simple little walkthrough of how to set it up, because people have been asking me. And also the DOM feature, how that works. This is quite a cool feature and helpful. There's a lot to it, though. I would say just loading this isn't going to make you a great trader. It takes a lot of research and an understanding of, really the psychology of the DOM and understanding what's happening, right, in context with the chart. Anyway, more to come. Thanks a lot, guys. Let me know if there's any questions. We have, if you want to start a trial, we offer a whole 5 days. You can check it out. If you like it, if you don't, send us feedback. All right. Thanks, guys.